I want to just say something about the series. There's nothing really to talk
let's get
about
into the
on this
series
other than this hit. Really, because this has been one of the most boring series of the playoffs, like we said. But
yeah,
man, Winnipeg is losing these games because they're just much once again. And maybe this is the Montreal of this earlier this season, but in my opinion, I was saying to you guys earlier, man, maybe maybe Montreal's playing their game now, and Winnipeg's kind of just playing into Montreal's game like Toronto did, where Montreal's forcing all these shots to the outside, making it Carey Price's his job really easy to kind of make these saves, push the pucks out, like cover the puck, get these face-offs, and Montreal can kind of just score a shorthanded cheeky goal like Toffoli, just ripping it top shelf, and a 1-goal game kind of win it. So I don't know if Winnipeg's going to win a game, they got to win it tonight in Montreal, and they got to score some more goals. And there's probably going to be fans in the stands, so it might be a tough building tonight, depending on the rules. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
One of the dulls of the series for me.
Yeah, and we don't have to spend a lot of time on this, but as you said, game 2, even the last 5 minutes when Winnipeg, Montreal basically spent the entire third period in their own zone, just dumping the puck out, which is really frustrating to watch because it's you don't really want to see a team that plays like that win. I'm going to go for them if they get through because they're the Canadian team left, but it's kind of a drag to watch. And Winnipeg never really looked like scoring. As you said, they're taking one tees from the bottom or the outside of the circle, and it's Kyle Connor and Nikolai Ehlers have great shots, but it's going to take a lot to beat Carey Price from there. And then Montreal has the speed, and they have that skill with Anderson, Toffoli, Suzuki, Caufield, Kotkaniemi's buzzing as well. It's those guys have good shots. They have the speed to if they get a chance, they might score. And it does kind of feel I personally going into the series, I thought Winnipeg and Montreal were going to play similar styles, and Winnipeg was just going to be slightly better at it. But it does feel like both teams kind of want to be the team counterattacking, and defending most. And Montreal has managed to get themselves defending more than Winnipeg has. And Montreal is getting the odd man rushes. They're getting the chances on the counter, where it feels like that's the strength of both teams. And Winnipeg's kind of playing into Montreal rather than the other way around.
Yeah.
And dude, at this point, 2-0 down, Winnipeg probably has to win both in Montreal here, which is going to be a tough ask because I don't know if they have more, but 2,500 people in the stands. It's that building was kind of rocking for how few people were there in the game 6 against Toronto. So shit, man.
It's Montreal, man. They got crazy fans. They're going to make a lot of noise regardless of the numbers. So that's what I'm saying. It could be a hard building for them to win in tonight. So it should be good.
I feel like the rest of this series is actually going to be more interesting compared to the first 2 games because at this point, what does Winnipeg have to lose, right? Winnipeg has to come out flying in this next in these next 2 games, and if they're not, then you know what's going to happen? The Jets are going to go down, man. The Jets are going to crash. And that's we can't have that happen, especially against. I sent you guys that one picture on Instagram, the one guy that broke it down the playoffs pretty well. Canadians probably are not going to win against Jets, right? Jets can blow up Canadian people, so it's just if you go off of what they are themselves, Jets win. So I'm saying, if we're still doing no, I'm just kidding. We're not doing predictions, but I still think the Jets are going to win, even if it goes 7 games. Quickly, I feel like we haven't talked about this enough, but guys, the amount of times that we're seeing Cole Caufield on the score sheet, and not even just on the score sheet, but making absolutely dirty plays, he is the future of the Montreal Canadiens, and we're seeing it in times where he needs to step up and be somebody, and he's a rookie in the NHL, and he's making these plays in the playoffs. Some of these, you look at guys for example, we just spent 40 minutes talking about Toronto Maple Leafs. Mitch Marner and Austin Matthews just disappear in the playoffs. This guy is he's the polar opposite. This guy is just absolutely ripping fat Chedster. So I don't know. I'm I'm liking Cole Caufield so far, and like we said before in that first series, when Caufield and Kotkaniemi got sat, I was pissed because I was like, that's not the right move, man. Not the right move at all. These guys, you're holding your team back big time. And ever since they got back in the lineup, Montreal's looked like a different squad. So, it's crazy.
Yeah, him and Nick Suzuki, man.
Oh,
that's a line.
Yeah, that's the future right there for the Canadiens. Did I say it right, Mike? The Canadiens?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Canadiens.
And that Nick Suzuki goal was just absolutely disgusting, where he got around Hellebuck. Like, man, a player from Vegas in that Pacioretty trade. Imagine if Vegas like,
true.
Obviously, Pacioretty's doing good stuff, but man, Cole Caufield, Nick Suzuki, fire.
Yeah.
Pretty good play.
Yeah. And they still have Ryan Poehling in the system too. They got some good forwards coming up. But Tampa Bay, Carolina, boys. Did you guys fucking
Okay, that was the last one.
What a goal he scored though, eh?
Yeah, no, it was a good wraparound.
Jesus Christ.